Now that Pages is successfully downloaded on your device, let's get started by creating a header for a newsletter to help you learn the basics of the program. Once you open up the program, you'll be brought to this dashboard here. Here you'll see a variety of templates from reports, stationery, flyers and posters, cards, miscellaneous, newspapers, and there's also a section for the templates you've already created. To get started, let's start at basic and just click on blank. Now that we have a blank slate, let's get started by creating our header for our newsletter. First, let's start with a shape. To pick a shape, click on the green square at the top of the menu. You will see many shapes already made for you, or you can draw your own with a pen. For this case, let's just use a square. To use the square, click on it and drag it and place it anywhere in the page you would like. To make it look more like a header, you can stretch out the square. To stretch out the square, click on any one of the small white squares and pull it across the screen. Now that it looks more like a header, we can change the color. To change the color, simply click on the square, go to Style, Fill, and you can change it to any one of the colors below. Now that we have the color we like, we can also add a border. To add a border, you simply click on Border and click on the one you like. For this case, let's use a simple black border. Now, you can also add a drop shadow. I like shadows because it gives it a little bit more feel and looks like it's hovering above the rest of the work. Let's just choose a simple drop shadow now, and it gives it more of a 3D effect. Now that our header is done, we can add some text. To add text, simply click on the text tool in the menu. Choose any of the pre-approved texts they've picked for you, and now you'll see you have a text box appear on your page. Go ahead and stretch it and move it into the header like you did with the square. Now that your text box is in a square, simply click on the word text to enter any text you want. For this one, we'll just name it newsletter. Now to change the font, we simply highlight it, go to font, and pick any font that we'd like. Now that we have the font we like, we can now change the size by simply hitting the up arrow on the point scale. Once we get to the size we like, we can now italicize it, or underline it, or bold it, whichever you choose. After that, we can align it up and center it underneath the alignment. We can also change the color of the font by clicking the color tool. There, now we have a nice looking header. If you want to get a little more fancy, you can also add pages to the back of your header. To do that, it is simple. Grab any picture from your desktop or file and drag it to where you want it to go. In this case, we want it to go into the header, so we're going to drag it and place it into the header. Now you'll see